I'm Chantel, that's Heather, and we're Bookwild. Today we are filming a TBR for the Reading Rush. I am so excited because I think the Reading Rush, or back in the day it was called the Booktubeathon, was one of the first readathons I ever knew about, and I think it was in August the year I did it, or maybe it's always been in July. I'm not sure. It was the summer. I remember being out on the front lawn with a bunch of books and Oliver and reading and like taking pictures for my Instagram. But I am so excited to be participating with Heather and putting videos up. So yeah.
So the Reading Rush is a readathon that is from July 20th to the 26th and is hosted by
Ariel and Raylene.
Yeah. So we'll link a video to their description of what the Reading Rush is. And we today are going to be going through the prompts and letting you guys know what we're choosing for TBR for the readathon.
Yeah. I think also both of us are going to double up on a couple of the prompts. Because we have a lot going on that week, and I don't think I could read 7 books in 1 week. So
the first prompt is to read a book with a cover that is the color of your birthstone.
What's your birthstone?
My birthstone is, what do we say, Alexandrite? It's like a pink color. I was born in June. And so for that, I'm going to be choosing Saga Volume 2 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I don't have it with me, but I'll put up a picture. For our July TBR video, I chose the first volume of Saga, so I'm going to be continuing reading the series for this.
Yeah. I was born in January, so my birthstone is Garnet. So for that, I am going to be going with Crescent City. I picked this up recently during quarantine. I picked up TikTok, and this was all over TikTok. I previously had no interest in Sarah J. Maas, and I feel like I've passed the prime for these kinds of novels, but I've just heard really good things about it, and it piqued my interest. So I'm starting off with this one.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So the second prompt is to read a book that starts with the word the, and I am going to go with The Underground Abductor by Nathan Hale. Yep. So Chantel read this last month, and I read She Came to Slay last month in June. And it piqued my interest on just Harriet Tubman's story, and I didn't love She Came to Slay, so I'm very interested in getting more perspectives about Harriet Tubman's life. And this is a pretty short graphic novel, so it'll be easy to read for the Reading Rush.
And I really liked that one.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get another perspective about Harriet Tubman, because she's a badass bitch.
Yeah. For this prompt, I'm going to go with The Deep by River Solomon. Heather read this recently. It was a disappointing read for her, which only makes me want to pick it up more. I think this is a pretty divisive book. It's gotten a lot of hype in the recent months, and the premise of it in our last video, which we will link above or below, Heather talked about it a bit, but the premise sounds so cool. So I want to see what my thoughts will be in relation to her, so I'm excited to get that one.
The third prompt is to read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen. So this is a movie we've already seen, but we have not read the book. So for that, I am choosing No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. I have had this book on my shelves for a long time. My boyfriend loves Cormac McCarthy and loves that movie specifically, so he has chosen to watch it, and I have been there for many times, and I actually really enjoy the movie, so I'm excited to read it in book format as well.
For this one, I'm going to go with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't have a copy. Actually, I'm borrowing Heather's copy, and I'm excited to get to that.
The next prompt is to read the first book that you touch. And so I got impatient, and when we were watching the video where they talk about the prompts, I just like stuck my hand back and picked my first book. And so that I landed on My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. We both talked about this book actually in our last video as well, or one of our last videos. But it's about a relationship between a young girl and a professor, and her kind of unraveling that relationship and processing it. This is one that we both have been wanting to get to all year. And so I was really excited that fate picked it for me.
Yeah.
And Chantel has not picked hers yet, so we're gonna do that right now.
So these are the stack of books that I'm going to choose from. I'm going to look away. Heather's going to reorder them, and then I'm going to select.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me direct your hand in the
okay.
general vicinity.
Okay.
Okay.
So right here?
Sure.
Okay. What's this one? Oh, so I will be reading Gather Together in My Name by Maya Angelou, which I've had for a little while. Earlier this year, I read her memoir, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and it was such a powerful read. So I picked this up, and I'm excited to get to it.
Is that the second memoir in the series? I actually read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings also this month, so I'm interested to see what the rest of her, or what the next portion of her story is.
Yeah, it continues her story. I also think this is one of the most beautiful covers. Like, yeah. I love the trend of the illustrated covers, but I love the color palette.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's beautiful.
So the next prompt is to read a book completely outside of your house. I am going to be driving for the first few days of the reading rush. So I'm going to pick up My Dark Vanessa on audiobook. I actually have it from Scribd, which I just found out about and is so amazing. How have I never heard of Scribd before? I have no idea. That's how you say it, right? Scribd. So I'm going to be listening to that completely on audiobook as I'm driving.
And I think I haven't selected which one I'm going to do for this prompt, but I think I'm just going to, if there's a nice day that week, I might pick up one of the shorter books and read outside, or like make a little picnic and read outside.
So the next prompt is to read a book in a genre that you want to read more of. And so for mine, this is kind of a double whammy because I want to read more memoirs, and I also want to read more books written by LGBTQ plus authors. So even though I know that's not a genre, but come at me. So I'm going to be reading In the Dream House, which is a memoir written by Carmen Maria Machado. And this is about a relationship that she has with another woman that kind of becomes an abusive relationship, but everyone thinks like, they're in this dream house and it's this like idyllic romance and you don't really see what's going on behind closed doors. I've really been wanting to get to this one, and I'm excited to have an excuse to pick it up for the reading rush, and it's fairly short, so I think I won't have any problem getting through it.
Yeah. For this prompt, I'm going to double up again. I'm going to be reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I mentioned in one of our last videos that I want to pick up more sci-fi.
So the last prompt is to read a book that takes place completely on a different continent than where you live. And so I'm going to be choosing The Prisoner of Heaven by Ruiz Zafon. This is the second book in the series Cemetery of Forgotten Books, right? That's what it's called. Cemetery of Forgotten Books. This is completely set in Spain, in Barcelona, in the 1950s is when this this book takes place. And it follows, this series is amazing. If any of you have not picked it up, Chantel just read the first book.
Loved it.
It's amazing. It's about a man who finds a book written by this author, and it just like spirals from there into this like mystery, gothic mystery. It's beautifully written. There's romance if that's what you're into. There's like mystery if that's what you're into. There's intrigue if that's the same thing as mystery. But it has everything, and it's so amazing. So I'm excited too. I keep saying I'm excited.
And we're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. Also, this is also a gorgeous cover.
Love that cover. For this one, I'm going to double up again, and I'm going to be reading The Deep, which Heather tells me is off the coast of Africa.
For The Deep, if you want to get my opinion on The Deep, you can check out either our mid-year book freakout tag or our June wrap-up video where I talk more about that. And if you want more of Chantel's opinions about this book, you can check out our June wrap-up video as well.
So these are the books that we are going to be reading for the 2020 Reading Rush.
Yeah. If you guys want to come hang out with me and Chantel, hit the subscribe button. We have videos out every Monday, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. But it looks like I'm like... Is this allergies? Oh! I'm going to use the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe because
It's a galaxy. Should we do it on top of each other? Like, come get wild, y'all.
Come get wild, y'all. Yeah, hang out with us.
Okay.
Okay. Hey!
That was good, right?